I have taken...
Honorable members, can you listen to the procedural matter?
Madam Speaker, I have taken oath as an MP here at least 3 times. Each time taking 2 oaths. The first, the oath of Parliament. The procedure issue I am raising, Madam Speaker, relates to the rules did not order in vain that when a member is speaking, you listen. They didn't order in vain. So I am waiting for members to keep quiet. I have on 3 occasions taken oath here, one of them being the oath of Parliament, and I think every MP has. We just differ in numbers. That oath assigns me a responsibility to protect the institution of Parliament, because without it, I am not there. Madam Speaker, the reports have been read. We took a decision here as an institution of Parliament and said, coffee, no. Wait, you former wealth creation staff. We took a decision here. We took a decision, Madam Speaker. I am waiting for silence to submit. Madam Speaker,
members allow honorable
rules don't so allow MPs to just walk like they are in a crowd, that they just move around like this. Rules don't allow. Madam Speaker, the oath that I took, especially the one of Parliament, and I want you to rule and address this matter, Madam Speaker. This Parliament passed a budget here, just by a dot, by Mr. Museveni. You came here and changed it. You said Coffee Development Authority must not go, and you took a decision here. I now sympathize with people who will be reading the Hansard of Parliament. They are going to ask simple questions. Was this the same Parliament? Which kind of Parliament is this one? That you take a decision today and tomorrow you come and fall on each other. So the question I am asking, Madam Speaker, the procedure issue. The procedure issue I am raising, not only but also for protection Madam Speaker, I am raising these MPs who are taking your attention. I have all left your chair. Madam Speaker, of this Parliament, I have listened to all the reports. None of the report is speaking about the fact that a decision was made on this matter. We now congregate here to rescind our own decision, the way we did with the budget. I am asking you, Madam Speaker, whether the MPs, one by one, not collectively, but one by one, who took one oath of Parliament that they will respect this institution.
What is the procedural matter here?
I was laying the preamble. Whether, Madam Speaker, we don't need to first address what is now growing as a habit that this parliament can take a decision, the arm twisted, we come running and change it. That's the procedural issue I am raising. Whether this parliament can continue doing what it is doing, that you take a decision, when you are shouted at, you come running and overrun your own decision.
Nobody has been shouted at. Taking decisions here, the bills are returned and we pass them again. And if this decision was made and it was returned and said we need this bill to be passed, why are we fearing to pass it? It is in our rules. Yes.
Speaker, Honorable Semuju is questioning this parliament that a few months ago, this parliament moved a motion that UCDA shouldn't be rationalized and that it should stay. The same parliament today made a decision that NFA, which had been saved by this parliament, today, the same parliament said that NFA goes. Does Honorable Semuju have...
Whom are you ordering now, Haji?
Right Honorable Speaker, for clarity and emphasis,
Let the Honorable Semuju.
Madam Speaker, 222, which talks about reconsidering the decision of the House. The rule provides that it will be out of order to attempt to reconsider a specific question upon which the House has come to a conclusion during the current session. I'm acutely aware during this current session, we came to a conclusion that UCDA should not be rationalized. And it is on record of Hansard. The rule guides how we must move if we intend to reconsider.
If you're buying time, you will sit here up to midnight.
Madam Speaker, I am
There is
entitled
no, you reconsider the
make my
NFA.
procedural...
You reconsider the NFA. Wasn't it passed in this very house?
We proceeded on NFA with full and blatant violation of the rules. I raised an issue here that we cannot proceed without amending, without moving that this rule should be suspended. And nobody listened to me.
And we are suspending the rule.
This house, Madam Speaker, we don't need to do double standards here. These rules are written for our guidance and you are a custodian of the rules.
Honorable Kotogong.
You have not ruled on my matter.
It is because it doesn't deserve a ruling.
It does.
Madam Speaker, in this process,
Is it allowed that a member can talk when another one is on the floor?
I've been the Speaker.
Floor, I have a right to speak. My issue must be ruled on.
Honorable Lee, please sit.
To our rules of procedure, how Parliament processes a bill. A bill is tabled to Parliament, it is referred to the committee, it is debated and passed, and is sent to the President. And the President can agree or disagree with certain provisions. And the bill can be returned. And the President has just returned the bill without comment that there are certain provisions that is not compatible with. And that is what Parliament is discussing. I think this is very clear.
Speaker, regarding the issue he raised about the session of Parliament, the Constitution of Uganda, the Constitution of Republic of Uganda, Article 97.
About the session. Session is after
Yes,
1 a.m.
Article 95, Clause 4, a session of Parliament shall be held at least once a year, but the period between one session and the next session, the following session, shall be less than 12 months.
Yes, Ayo. Ayo. Honorable member.
I think Honorable Guzile wants to mislead this House. The bill, the first bill was presented to this House. We processed it. In some of the bills, we supported government position. In some of them, we rejected as parliament. It went to president. He declined to assent to it. And that died there. So, government, first listen. Right Honorable Speaker, government again reintroduced the bill that was gazetted in another number and it becomes completely...
Diana, come back.
So
Diana, come back.
when the bill was reintroduced,
Honorable members, I want members in the House.
the bill was regazetted with a different number, and it comes back to the House as a new bill. So to say the old bill is the same going by that rule, Right Honorable Speaker, that would be wrong. It's a total new bill that we are processing, and I think we will proceed and process the bill like we have done with other bill. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. But that's the reality. The other bill collapsed.
The members imputing which is wrong. I'm addressing myself to a specific question. I'm not talking about the bill. The question before and for determination of the Speaker is the issue of rationalizing the entity was a question that this House had come to a conclusion.
There's a procedural issue
so
from
I think, Right Honourable Speaker, we are looking sharply. And I want to seek your indulgence as the presiding officer to put us back on trail. There are 3 reports, a majority report and 2 minority reports. This House here is ready to debate the reports. Is ready to debate the reports. That opportunity is not being accorded because in your guidance, there is supposed to be suspension of rules. As we speak now, it seems we are now delving into the debate. Right Honourable Speaker, wouldn't it be properly right to guide us on the way forward in as far as the debate of these reports is concerned?
Honorable members, I have said let Honorable Whip move a motion to allow us debate.
Sub-rule 5A and B reads as follows. The report of a committee on a bill shall be uploaded on the Parliamentary Information System for the information of members before it is laid on table. And B, and more importantly, only be debated after the expiry of at least 3 days from the day it was laid on table by the chairperson or the deputy chairperson or a member nominated by the committee or by the Speaker. It is upon this spirit that I stated that the justification for moving this motion falls under Rule 25 on the order of business in this House, where priorities are granted to businesses of government, rationalization bills being one of them. I therefore move that Rule 204, Sub-Rule 5B, be suspended to allow debate on the reports, both majority and minority, on this bill. I beg to move.
Is the rule seconded? Is the motion seconded? Seconded by Omara, by Rita, Lanyo, by the whole side.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate the intent of the government chief whip in moving the motion, which is grounded in the rules. But when you read a law, it is required that you read it entirely. No rule stands on its own. Rule 204, sub-rule 5 that has been read must be read with sub-rule 6. And I will read. Sub-rule 6 says, notwithstanding sub-rule 5, debate on the report may, in the discretion of the speaker, ensue. And A starts with if. If you interrogate legislative drafting, once the word if is put before the sentence, it is conditional. It's a precursor, it's contingent. And it says, if 3 or more days have elapsed since the report of the committee was uploaded on the Parliamentary Information System and a notification of existence of the report sent out to all members by the clerk. I asked the clerk to confirm that there was a notice sent in the prescribed form. And it adds, and these are the details. When there is a semicolon, Madam Speaker, yes, and this one I can refer you to authority. There is an international authority called Justice Crab, who wrote extensively on legal writing and legislative drafting. Once a semicolon is used and the word and, before you go to B, and, it means that the point in B is only in addition to satisfaction of A. And this is what B says. After it has been laid on the table by the chairperson, the chair laid the report today, or the deputy chairperson or a member nominated. Madam Speaker, our role here is to help you adjudicate on matters before us. 3 days in contentious matters in legislation, it is not a matter of do or die, in my opinion. It does not take away anything if we comply by these rules. But, and I have always raised this question here, whether you, Madam Speaker, when you adjudicate here, which side you sit on. If you sit as a neutral arbiter, and that's why you are seated in the middle, you are expected to accord both sides of the house a listening here. Once it comes and it's apparent on the face of it, Madam Speaker, that you are not giving both sides an equal hearing, then it is only proper that I invite you to consider these options. In our Rule 78, it is prohibited for the presiding officer, the Speaker, to take part in debate. But I've seen an innovation that you have had here, where you and the deputy occasionally come and sit in this house. I would therefore advise that once a presiding officer has interest, let the other presiding officer come so that you can interchange. When you want to debate, you go and sit because you're a member of parliament. You're a member of parliament.
Honorable Dur, we have not even started debating on this report. We have not even started debating on this report. But if you want me to debate, I'll do it.
Right, Honorable Speaker. I am not talking, you see, debate in this house is defined.
Honorable members, we want the report to be debated upon. All you're doing is to block the report from being debated.
Right, Honorable Speaker.
Let the report be debated upon. A motion has been moved.
I actually have no powers to block debate here. You know that. And there are days I've objected to certain things and members, and you have decided otherwise. And it has taken the day. All I am doing is to bring to your attention, as a presiding officer of this house, that when a matter has come, and the rules has expressly stated it, you as the Right Honorable Speaker, you have no powers to throw away the rules and bring in something else. If you want to do that, then every day you need to come and give us a guideline.
So where have we thrown the rules?
The rule says you cannot proceed on the debate unless 3 days after tabling has been, and it cannot be suspended. It cannot be suspended. That's my submission.
Can I ask Honorable Drenched?
If you are reading the rule, and what I'm saying is, you don't read it in isolation. So the fact that there is a provision for suspension of the rules of procedure, it doesn't mean that all the rules are actually available to be suspended. That's the point I'm raising. And I am saying, after 3 days, it doesn't take anything for us. It actually saves the legal challenges that may come over this matter. But if it pleases, like it has always been, that it is easy to violate rules and laws which has put us in this office, then we shall proceed. It is not a personal matter. I'm just raising it so that we do things the right way, correctly, as a National Assembly of this House.
Honorable members, the bill was laid on table yesterday. Yes. It was uploaded in the morning. The report was laid on table yesterday. No. Just a minute. If you feel comfortable that the debate should be after 3 days, it doesn't cost much. We shall start with the first thing tomorrow. Don't bring your 14-day notice. That one, don't even forget. Why are courts there? Go. Huh? Yes, there's a procedural matter there.
And guidance of the House. When you look at Rule 16, suspension of rules, a member may, with the consent of the Speaker, move that a rule be suspended in its application to a particular motion before the House. And if the motion is carried, the rule in question shall be suspended. When you go to 2, this rule shall not apply in respect to Rule 6, 5, 6, 11, 12, 13, 1, 16, and 98. All other rules don't apply, can be suspended. Thank you.
Right on. When you come and you seek to guide the House and you rely on a rule, and you are stating that it is Rule 16 that provides for suspension of the rules, you are relying on the rules, and the rules is extensive. Do you think it makes sense for me to stand here and say I've suspended Rule 16 so that there is no suspension? That's what you are saying. So the rules are not read in isolation. And Madam Speaker, we are going in the right direction. The 3 days is contingent and it doesn't hurt anything. I think it's the correct spirit and everything.
Honorable Bua.
Right, Honorable. In the interest of harmony, compliant with Rule 16 read by Honorable Kotogong that indicates which rules are entrenched and those not entrenched, I now beg to move another motion that Rule 204, Sub-Rule 5 and 6 entirely be suspended to allow debate on the report of this bill.
No. Procedure.
Is it seconded? Is it seconded? The ayes have it. The debate is open. The debate is Sereko.
Madam Speaker, we are challenging your decision and we are more than 50.
It's okay.
We are challenging your decision.
Just
It's
a second.
okay.
Madam,
It's okay. Honorable Sereko.
Right Honorable Speaker,
I just want to bring it to your attention over to challenge your decision, and it's provided for in the rules that the Speaker's decision is actually challengeable, and there's a modus operandi. It starts by 40, at least 40 members standing up, and from what I see, we are over 40. I would like to suggest that
Order, Madam Speaker.
you,
Order.
Right Honourable Speaker, Right Honourable Speaker, I'm still concluding this matter. Right Honourable Speaker, I would like to suggest that you give audience to these over 40 members that have stood.
Which 40 members?
More than 40 here, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I can mention the names.
Honorable members.
Order.
Honorable members. But you wanted to debate.
Right Honourable Speaker, you had wanted to know the 40
honourable
members.
members.
I can mention
Honorable members.
one by name.
I want us to, one thing I can assure you, I am not going to put a question on second reading. That's one thing I can assure you. That is one thing I'm going to assure you, but I am telling you, let's exhaust a debate on this report.
Right Honourable Speaker.
Maybe the person I can give my assurance is him. Let's have a debate, then we come back and conclude the thing tomorrow.
Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker.
Order.
Right, honorable members. Honorable members. Does it cost you anything to sit down? First tell your people to sit before I allow you to talk. No, let them sit. Honorable members. Honorable members. I hope by tomorrow when some of you come, you will not be allowed in. I am saying, let's agree. Let your members sit.
Right Honourable Speaker, just to give you assurance, because they are defying you. That's number one. We are standing up in pursuit of the rules, which provide for a modus operandi on how a decision or a ruling of the Speaker can be challenged. So it is not indiscipline for members to stand.
The members that will have the second reading tomorrow, first thing in the morning.
Actually, that's not the biggest, that's not the issue, Right Honourable Speaker.
Olanya, present your report. Olanya, present your report.
General for the financial year 2022-2023 on 37 district local governments, 3 cities, 6 divisions, and 10 municipal councils.
You go back and bring it from there. In the morning tomorrow, 10, coffee will be here.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. On public account, on audited report, on 17 district